Hey there, welcome to the Not Just Momma podcast, the show where we talk about building businesses, chasing dreams, raising little yous, and keeping it real through all the chaos. We're diving into mindset, motivation, and all things mompreneur life, all while microwaving our coffee for the 20 millionth time. I'm your host, Heather Madsen, a dream-chasing mompreneur who knows exactly what it's like to juggle big ambitions with a million daily tasks. Because let's be honest, we're not just moms. We're wives, we're partners, we're daughters, friends, creators, dreamers, and so much more. And just because we're raising little tiny humans doesn't mean we have to put our dreams on the back burner. We deserve to chase them, build something incredible, and make a difference, all while being amazing moms. So go ahead and nuke that coffee once again and get comfy, because we're diving in. Hey there, and welcome back to the Not Just Momma podcast. I'm your host, Heather, and today's episode is something that I think a lot of us really struggle with, or worse, we don't even realize we're doing it. So if I could sit across from you right now, like coffee in hand, kids off making a mess somewhere in the house, in the middle of working on your business, I'd probably look at you in the eye and say this. It's not about the strategy. It's not about having the perfect plan, the perfect brand, or even the perfect offer. The thing that makes or breaks this whole journey is your belief, okay? Belief in yourself, belief that this can work, belief that you're capable, even when you feel unsure about it. And if you're already nodding along or maybe tearing up just a little because you're fed up with things not working out for you, then this episode is for you. So let me start here, okay? Have you ever found yourself on sort of like a late night Google rabbit hole, typing in things like how to grow your business fast or best platform for course creators or how to find your niche? Okay. That was me too. Okay. We're taught to think that if we just get the steps right, if we follow the blueprint that all these gurus give us, then we'll be successful just like them. And don't get me wrong, strategy is really important. Like if you don't have all that stuff lined up, then yeah, basically there's no business, right? But I've learned something big through my own journey of building an online business from scratch while raising kids and doing school drop-offs, wiping noses, because, man, kids get sick constantly, it seems like. It's not as bad, though, since they're older. And just trying to find a second to breathe between all of that, right? But let me tell you, strategy without the belief behind it that it will work and pay itself off, this is where you might fall short. I remember a time where I had all the information. I had the courses that I took, the checklist that I download, the templates, but nothing was moving. And I believe it's because underneath all that action was a little quiet voice saying, "Who are you to do this? What if no one buys it? You're probably not cut out for this, okay?" Have you ever had those voices in your head telling you negative things like that? Well, I want you to say hello to imposter syndrome. Actually, I really like to give him a name, and that's pesky Mr. Imposter. But here's the thing. The problem is not that those thoughts come up, because really we can push past that if we wanted to, but it's more that we start believing them, okay? So let's just call it out how it is. Mr. Imposter is a real punk. He doesn't even knock. He just shows up, plops on your couch, grabs your snacks, and starts talking crap to you. And even though his voice isn't apparent, you somehow keep hearing him. And he starts whispering nonsense things into your ear like, "You're not experienced enough. What if you fail? You should probably wait until you're more ready. You're going to get made fun of by your friends. You don't know how to teach. Or people won't like you because you're boring." Have you heard those voices before? Does it sound familiar to you? Because I can seriously hear them right now in my own head. But here's what I had to learn and I want to pass on to you today. Okay. Those thoughts aren't what's holding you back. Believing them is. You can have the best funnel in the world, the cutest Canva templates, and the most beautiful course layout. And I mean, it's like magnetic looking stuff, right? It's beautiful. But if the whole time you're literally thinking in that brain of yours, I'm not cut out for this, it's going to show. People will feel it and they will see it. Trust me. Belief is the fuel. It's your dang fuel. And without it, you pretty much stall. You have a setback. Thank you, Mr. Imposter. And I don't know about you, but I feel it's never really that obvious that it's our mindset that's the problem in these sorts of situations. I mean, really, we see what we have physically done in our businesses. I mean, everything's laid out and interconnected. Our website's up, right? You've done everything right, everything the gurus told you to do, but something's keeping you stuck. And I feel like a lot of us never figure out that it's not what we do and accomplish, okay? It's what we believe about ourselves that keeps us back. The thing we really actually need to accomplish out of everything we do is conquering our mindset. I mean, really, think of it like building a house, okay? You've probably heard this before, but I'm just going to say it here. You can pick the prettiest paint color and buy the nicest furniture, set your kitchen up for success, and maybe only for the kids to destroy it all. But if the foundation is cracked, if it's literally built on sand, it's only a matter of time before the whole thing starts to wobble. And everything's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. The house is only sliding down the hill into the river. And now you have a house-sized boat, but it's fine. Are we living in Noah's Ark? Possibly. But anyways, your business is no different than that. Belief is the foundation. We need a solid belief system, one built on rock or stone or whatever you want to call it. I actually like to use plants as an analogy because plants grow and so do businesses, right? So I always like to say that we need to plant the roots so that we have a strong grip on our foundation as we grow. But yeah, your foundation is key. It's the quiet strength, the reasoning behind your actions, okay? It's what keeps you going when things kind of flop in your business, and it's what reminds you that this is worth it. I'm worth it, okay? And it's when you have that true belief inside of you that it's all possible and you push through all that tough stuff because you have that desire and you want your dreams to come alive and you believe with all your heart that it's possible to have that, that's when you will see the fruits of your labor, okay? And listen, no one gets it right all the time. Mr. Imposter is a sneaky one. But when you practice believing in yourself even a little more each day than the previous day, you create the safety and confidence to keep showing up. Practicing will build a habit. And hey, soon you may have kicked Mr. Imposter to the curb. He is no longer laying on your couch and stealing your food. The only way you'll ever hear from that crazy guy is if he mails you a postcard. And I feel like at that point, you could just rip it up and throw it away. You don't need to respond to him or even feel anything. I mean, he's not your audience anyways. But yeah, you guys, belief is a skill and you can strengthen it. And that's what I really love about most of this is that it can always change and improve on only if you want it to. It's almost like working out. The more you do it, the better you feel and look. The more you tell yourself positive things, the more you will see positive results. I mean, tell me real quick, okay? Have you ever gone through something because you wanted it so bad and you wholeheartedly believed that you could have it and you ended up with what you wanted? I have to say that this happened to me when I was in high school and just meeting my now husband at 15 years of age, okay? I literally met him. This might sound creepy, but don't take it as a creepy way, okay? um, I literally met him and had this deep feeling inside of me that he was someone special. And that doesn't happen all the time. Like, I've met people before and I never felt that before. But I felt that we'd be together for a long time. Okay. And I know that sounds creepy, but don't take it that way. It's just like this feeling I had, and I believed that he was the one. And with that belief, everything else was pretty much effortless. I mean, yes, some moments of hardship happened in our relationship, but other than that, I didn't have to try that hard to make what I believed and felt in my heart to become my reality. So, with my belief system, everything just kind of fell in place. So, it's kind of the same in business or anything you really do in life. Okay. If you want it and you believe it, you will have it. You will find a way to make it work. And eventually something beautiful will happen. And it doesn't mean Mr. Imposter won't show himself here and there, but it becomes easier to dismiss him, if that makes sense. Okay. I stopped looking for proof that I wasn't good enough. Instead, I believed that I was good enough. And I started collecting evidence that I was growing. And really, that's all that matters. So here are a few ways that I think you can build your belief muscle starting today, okay? So I want you to take a deep breath and close your eyes and start noticing your thoughts and gently challenge the ones that tear you down. So instead of, I don't have time, try to ask yourself this question, okay? Turn it into a question. How can I make this work in the time that I do have, okay? So instead of, I don't know enough, ask yourself, how can I show people what I do know? Because let's face it, you don't have to know everything about something, okay? What you do know, though, could help someone else, and that's maybe all that they need, okay? And then I want you to speak some life into your dreams. You know, affirmations may seem funny sometimes, but I want you to hear me out here. If you don't believe in you, why would anyone else? So I want you to go ahead and write down all the positive things that you believe about yourself and your business. And I want you to read and say those affirmations to yourself daily. Another thing you can do is record yourself saying them and just listen to it over and over again, maybe while you sleep, sort of like a hypnosis thing, right? Because your brain will process that. And it's a great way to reprogram your mind into believing in what you truly want and desire. And then the next thing I want you to do is to just surround yourself with like-minded people, okay? People who remind you that your dreams are possible, who make you feel a little less crazy for kind of dreaming bigger, right? I want you to avoid the conversations with people who question you and constantly put you down or make you feel crazy for going after your desires. I want you to stick around like-minded people. Not only will it be uplifting and motivating, but seeing others' success will tell you that it's not impossible for you to achieve the same success in your own business doing what you love. And then lastly, I want you to ask better questions. Swap, like, what if I don't know everything for what if I know enough? Or what if I fail? For what if this actually works? Okay, do you see what I'm saying? Because it just might work. So if you take one thing away from today's episode, let it be this. You were never lacking strategy. You were lacking belief that this was meant for you too. And you know what? It is. This dream, this business, this life of freedom that you crave as a mom, you're not crazy for wanting it. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're just in the middle of building your belief. And that's exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Success is not just for other people out there that are accomplished already. It can be for you as well. And we just have to work at it every single day and build on our beliefs. Okay. So here's your challenge for this week. I want you to think of and possibly write down what limiting belief you are holding on to right now that's keeping you stuck where you are. And what would you do today if you fully believed that you are going to succeed. And whatever comes to mind, go do that, because your next level requires a deeper level of belief. And I fully believe in you. You can do it. All right, guys. So thanks for hanging out with me today on the Not Just Momma podcast. If this episode spoke to you, don't forget to hit subscribe and subscribe to my email list so that you don't miss a thing. Keep believing in yourself and build what matters to you. You're doing better than you think. All right, we'll see you guys next time.